Right, Belmont Stores podcast, episode 3 with Harlem Eubank. Welcome, brother.
Thank you, man.
You good?
I'm very well.
Thank you for coming through, brother.
Pleasure, man. My pleasure.
How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. just finished the session, so come straight up. And you got a nice spot here.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Thanks. So you said yesterday you had double training.
Yeah, double training Monday.
What's that saying?
It's tough. It's when you got a fight date lined up, that's when it gets more intense, and you have to make sure you're getting the endurance work in the evenings as well.
Oh, so you do one in the morning, one in the night? Yeah.
Spread them out. Give yourself a break in between.
So what are you doing in the morning compared to what you're doing in the evening?
So the morning is like a 2-3 hour boxing session, mixed up with pads, bag, skipping, all the kind of specific boxing stuff, and then the evenings is kind of like tailored runs, whether it's sprints or track hill sprints. So you're getting a mix of cardio and
you got that to look forward to in the evening, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, cool, man. Well, look, I wanted to start chronologically. I wanted to start from the start, innit? So when you were born, I want to go all the way back then and let's go through it, right?
Yeah.
So you were born in Brighton.
Yep.
Born and raised in Brighton, bro. So, and your dad is, what's your dad's name?
Simon
Eubank, yeah?
Yeah.
So he's Chris Senior's brother.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Twins. There's Peter and Simon, so they're twins.
Oh, swear down.
And they're Chris's older brothers.
Oh, really? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, that's jokes. I didn't know that, bro. So Peter is your dad's twin, yeah?
Yeah.
Is he a boxer as well?
Yeah, he...
no way.
Yeah, they're both...
You man didn't have a choice, innit?
Yeah, that's it. Both professional. Peter had a few standout fights. He fought Barry McGuigan, beat him onse.
Is it, yeah?
And then lost the second one. So it's... I guess Senior was almost growing up, watching my dad and his brother fight, and probably had to have a few brotherly scraps with them as well, and that probably spurred him on.
What's the age gap then between them lot?
I think it might be just under 10 years.
Chris and Seb, your cousins.
Yeah.
So when you were a kid, when you were young, like were you lot all well close?
We weren't really close growing up. I guess everyone kind of does their own thing, and I'm as a little kid I would have been around them quite a lot, but mainly I got to know them through boxing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Seb started boxing at the same time as I did, down Brighton and Hove Box Gym. So that's kind of when we're around each other the most, and that's when we really got to know each other. More so,
So when you were a kid, you said you weren't super close in that. What would it be like Christmases and shit like that? You see each other? Not even.
No, it's not. No, it's more. No, I guess it's more. It's Jamaicans, bro. It's not. It's not family Christmases and that stuff.
It's not a thing like that.
No.
No.
It's you meet up when
All right.
when there's something going on. And
so were you mates with? Do you make friends with Rob Brown?
Yeah,
because I met Seb. But I met Seb, when I was at uni, bruv, in Brighton in like 2010, 2011. And I met Seb through Rob then.
Oh, okay.
So were you in the same sort of crew then?
So I was kind
and
of...
Austin.
So I met... so I met them boys kind of through Seb. So kind of... But I knew Rob from kind of like growing up, and kind of when you start going out and stuff as a kid. And I was close with Seb before, probably around 17, 18, and I kind of met Rob and Austin and them boys around that time as well. And then obviously, just being around each other.
Are you quite close to them, man, now?
Yeah, I'm good friends with them. Yeah, very close friends with them guys.
So is that how you know Frank and Harv then as well, through them boys?
I more so now, but I already knew Frank's especially through just kind of school. Just he was Newman, kind of my year at Newman. So
was that the same school?
No. I was at Blatch, but they're both in Hove, so you kind of do you know what I mean?
Okay. Or they're not ops now.
I don't know. Maybe in the football teams.
Okay.
Teams. Yeah, I knew Frank already, but from kind of through Rob and doing bits of training and stuff like that. We're kind of around each other more now.
Yeah. Okay. And so what you said you started boxing at 14, well, only for a year or something.
Yeah, so I had 2 fights as a kid, and then it was kind of like I had to pick. I was playing football at the same time for Brighton, and I had to.
Oh, is it? You play for Brighton?
Yeah,
okay, I was gonna get to this as well, but go on, carry on.
So I started football aged 11.
Where did you play?
Played for a local. What position?
Yeah.
I started off centre midfield. I'd never played before, so it was like I was kind of
You're
like
young then, innit? So you sort of play everywhere as well.
Yeah, you play everywhere. I was looking for. I kind of just looked up the best local team, and it was like Withdean 2000. They were like top of the league. I was like, I want to go play for them. So turned up to the pre-season or whatever. Started playing, and then because like my mindset was just like. Obviously from karate before, we haven't gone into that yet. But
Okay.
But my mindset was kind of like a student, so I was just like, if I'm in something, I'm in it where I want to practice every day type thing, and so I started playing for them, and then kind of developed quite quick. And that same year, Brighton, at the time they weren't in the Premier League, but couple leagues down, but they scouted me from Withdean 2000, but because I hadn't played, that was my first year of football. They were like, there's usually like a 6-week trial process that you go through. But they were just like, look, you haven't played much before, just come and train with us for the year, and we'll see how you get on. So I was training for Withdean and for Brighton at the same time, and playing for both. And then at the end of that year, they signed me for 4 years. So
Brighton did.
Yeah.
And how old were you that age?
So I was under. My first season with them was under 12s. So
okay, that's like academy.
Yeah, academy. Yeah. So it was under 12s to under 16s that I played there. And when I was under 15, so I was 14 at the time. That's when I kind of got into boxing. I thought I might give this a little go, and had 2 fights, and I was gonna have a third up in London.
What, white collar or amateur?
No, amateur. Okay. Yeah, straight in. Again, like I was thinking, I want to do. If I do it, I want to do it. I want to do it like to try and get somewhere. And the first thing you think of in that scenario is the amateurs, because it's the more competitive route. And I had 2 fights. Went to have another one up in London. Obviously, I told the football lads, like obviously before, like I've got a fight lined up or whatever, and obviously at that age they're all gassed, about boxing, so they're like, oh shit. And then turned up to, the kid ended up pulling out because he heard the surname. He was probably 14 as well, and probably was thinking,
yeah, shit,
like, yeah. You know what I mean?
Fair play though, bro. You would be a bit like, fuck, bro.
So I ended up not fighting, but I came back to the changing rooms in the morning. I think we were playing like Crystal Palace, and all the boys were like, "Oh, how'd you get on last night?" And my coach kind of pulled me aside and was like, "You can't fight and play football at the same time if you get injured, and we need to play you."
Yeah, that's fair enough, mate, isn't it?
So at that stage, I just kind of like stopped boxing and just went in on football, and I think I played. So I finished that year, played another season, and then at 16, when it goes from the academy to the youth team, I got released at that point. So then I went to Lewis, played for a bit, but I kind of.
Why do you reckon you got released? Your heart not in it? Do you reckon?
I was actually Well, you got it. No, my heart was fully in it. I was gutted at the time.
Sorry,
no. So football was like that, innit? Everyone wants to make it.
Yeah, straight.
But like I was one of them players that I had the skill, but I didn't. I was like 5. I think I was still 5 foot flat at the time. I didn't grow until late. Yeah. So it was kind of like, I didn't necessarily have the strength and speed needed at the time. So that, I think that was one of the main reasons. But yeah, it's kind of like I played for Lewis after and an academy, like a college football academy after. And at 18, I was kind of like, I don't even like playing football. Like 11 aside, I was like, I don't really even like enjoying it no more. So that's when I kind of thought I'll try boxing again, and then that was all she wrote after that.
How old were you at this point then?
So at this point I was 18. I had another year left of college football, And that season, I actually stopped playing for the college. I was just like, my head's not in football anymore. So that's when I kind of got back into boxing and started training, with the mindset that, look, I'm 18. If I want to make it in boxing, I've got to do more than anyone else is doing and train more often.
Because you felt you were like late.
I was late, yeah.
You felt like that.
Yeah,
I know. Well, you're not really, are you though? Like, when did Anthony Joshua start boxing?
About
that age, isn't it?
He started late as well, but he's a heavyweight and it's slightly different. In the lighter weights, there's a lot more. I feel like in the lightweights, there's a lot more to learn. Like, there's a lot of very, very skilled boxers in the lighter weight classes. So you have to to level up. There's a lot to learn.
Yeah.
And a lot of boxers that are successful start as kids. They start at 6, 7.
Mate, there's some videos on YouTube, on like Insta I see these days of these little youths like out in like Eastern Europe and that, and in Russia and shit, bro. They're fucking breaking trees up and that. It's nuts,
you
mate.
See kids on the Mayweather pads at age 8.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
It's crazy, bro.
And to eventually compete with the top guys, you have to have that experience, and if you don't, you have to make it up.
So you have to go double hard then.
Yeah, so I went in with the mindset of I'm just gonna train 4 or 5 days a week, get in the gym whenever I can, and and try and develop as quickly as possible.
So what were you doing? Were you working? Did you have jobs in that?
I had jobs.
Go on, hit us with some jobs.
I started at, I think at 16 I was at Top Man or whatever.
Yeah, no, it's not with Frank and Arm, bro.
I was one of the OGs, bro. I was there before them, a couple of years before them.
you gave them the job, bro. You handed it down to them, man.
You know what I mean? And then what did I do after that? Then I worked at Foot Locker for a few years. I like my crepes, so I was like, what can I do to get some discount on some crepes at least. I mean, if I'm working there, let me try and get some discounts. So,
straight up.
So I worked at Foot Locker for a few years. Then I got my PT level 3 qualifications because I enjoy training people anyway. And just started.
How's Frank coming on the old pads, bro?
He's good. He's sharp, isn't he? He's sharp, the boy. He's good. He enjoys it, and it's a good outlet as well.
He used to love around that kid, didn't he?
Did he?
He was proper naughty when he was younger.
Was he?
Yeah. He's always banging people up. Him and I have always telling me stories about him
Really?
punching people up. Yeah,
Okay.
you never think it as well. You know what I mean?
You don't think that about Frank.
Ask him about the wicked left.
Okay.
Trust me, ask him about the wicked left.
I think we've seen that a few times,
Is he? Seen that one? Yeah. Nice. So when were you doing karate then? Before all this?
Before all this.
What, Shotogun? You know about that one?
The Shotokan, yeah. I was Wadaroo, bro.
Is that not you? I don't know my catters, bro.
Yeah, the Shotokan. I see them guys in competition though. I see a few of them guys going in.
Is it?
Did you used to do a bit?
Yeah. Brown and white belt. Brown and white. I couldn't do the black belt because I couldn't do black because I was too young to break the tiles, bro.
Oh shit!
Fuming, bro. What have I been here for all this time,
How old did
bro?
you have to be to break tiles?
I don't know. I was young. I was about 10, bro. They have to be about 14 or something because you have to go bam. People
Yeah.
breaking their hands and shit.
Yeah.
So the club didn't have the insurance.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've read that though. Brown and white's that's pretty high up.
You
bro.
get to, it's just it's before black, bro.
Yeah.
It's pretty high.
Yeah,
Not high enough though, bro.
Yeah, I done it from when I was 7 till 11. So
did
4
you get a
years.
black belt?
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah. Junior black belt. I think you have to go and do it as an adult to get the official.
What, first dancing?
Yeah. So
Say no more.
I got to I enjoyed more the sport karate, like with the competition, the kind of kumite, I think they call it. It's like the competition on the mat. So you got the carters, which is like the Shoto
like the
kata.
dances and shit, the fucking choreographed shit. Yeah.
So I was training. I started training like 3 to 5 days a week. But I ended up getting really like bored of the kind of like the traditional karate, which is more like the katas and stuff. And the sport karate, which is the kumite, was like once a week. But I enjoyed like the competitions, going to to different competitions to like compete. And
how'd you get on?
Yeah, I won 2 British championships, 2 British titles.
No way.
Yeah.
My guy.
And,
okay, not just a boxer, not just a footballer.
Like, but that was like martial arts was always kind of rooted, you know, as something I enjoyed and something that I knew. Looking back from that age, I knew that would be some type of, you know, combat would probably be, you know, the path that I walked. But at that age, you know, it was the inspiration was like Bruce Lee films and, you know, Van Damme, and just I was like, how can I do that?
Do you rate Three Ninjas?
3 Ninjas? I don't even think I've seen that.
No, you ain't seen that. That's like a kid's film, bro. It's a kid's film.
Cartoon, is it?
Nah. Rocky Colton Tum Tum.
You gotta send me the link, bro.
Oh, I'll link you up. I watched it the other day. It's dead now. It's dated now.
No nostalgia though.
Bare nostalgia, bro. I'm saying it's still quite sick, but it's dead.
Yeah.
You have to have been there too. You have to like, I've seen it and have
a lot of them films are like that though. A lot of the old films that you watch are kind of like, when you rewatch them, it kind of takes you back to when you first watched them.
Yeah, and you still rate them even though they're shit.
Exactly.
Exactly. Straight up. When you were younger, were you getting in scraps at all? Or was that something you just kept to like sport?
Yeah, I think because
you seem like quite a nice geezer. But everyone's got a hot head when they're younger.
Yeah. To be honest, I think the karate kind of trained that out of me early on.
Disciplines you, innit?
Yeah. Plus, you know, my brother was always the fiery one, so I was kind of.
Who's your brother?
Freedom.
Is it? What a sick name. That's hard. That's 2 hard names. Harlem and Freedom. Done though. That's sick.
I think my mum picked Freedom, and then something had to come after that. So, you know, they picked Harlem, and then my little sister's called Unity. So 3 different kind of names.
Yeah, nice.
But yeah, my brother was always more fiery, so I kind of see that and was kind of like went the other way.
Was he older?
Yeah. But we was always competing, but he just didn't have the kind of like discipline to stay in something focused. He was more kind of like all over the place with the energy. But I think karate kind of when you're in combat changes that kind of like uncontrolled aggression, I think, and you realize you kind of understand how to streamline it and focus it into something rather than, you know,
just lose your head.
Yeah. So I think you know, combat early for me was something that trained that in me.
Okay, nice. And just quickly, how old are you?
I'm 26.
And how old's Freedom?
He's 28.
And how old's Seb and Chris?
No, Freedom's 29. Seb will be 28, and Chris is 30.
Okay, so you all around the same age.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Okay, so you started boxing again seriously at 18.
Yep.
Yeah, in Brighton and Hove's boxing gym. Did you know that Lightning Lloyd?
Yeah.
Shout out Lightning Lloyd.
Yeah.
Shout out Lightning Lloyd. All right,
Lloydie
cool.
Boy.
And then, so you had 33 amateur bouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of them wins.
Yeah.
And you say that you never really have a loss in the AMs. It's always a gain.
Exactly, that's it. You're always learning. Always learning, you know, especially, you know, when you're going into fights less experienced. You kind of almost know sometimes, you know, I might not come out on top in this one, but I'm gonna take experience from it. Yeah, you know, and that's what you want.
Yeah, so you take away something. So it's a win anyway.
Always.
If it's not a W on the sheet.
That's it, bro.
So any memorable bouts in the AMs? Any ones that you don't know get weighed in at all?
Yeah. Well, to be honest, my second. Wait, was it the second or third fight? So obviously, when I came back, it would have been my first fight.
Okay, yeah.
I entered the under 10 ABAs, and so this is a competition where obviously all the best boys at under 10 fights will enter, and from kind of like all different areas.
What's this? Under 10? What, when you were a kid?
No, under 10 fights. So it's like
under
10 bouts.
Okay.
So
Under 10
there's
bouts.
Under 10s, under 20s, then open class.
Okay.
So in the under 10s, I was kind of like, I had a little bit of ability, but I didn't know how to necessarily use it or anything like that. I was just going all out, you know.
Yeah.
So I won the first round. On the second fight, I was up against a kid who was like 6-0. This was like on paper my third fight, but my my second fight actually, you know, back in. I was up against like a 6-0 kid, and you're kind of upstairs. This was in like the Isle of Sheppey. It's like miles away, and there's like an upstairs ring where you warm up, and then comes downstairs to where you kind of do the walkouts. And I could see there was some massive kid like across the other side. And you know, in boxing, you're kind of, whenever you're in like a, you know, amateur boxing kind of fight scenario, you're looking at, because you don't necessarily know what these kids look like you're going to be fighting, so you're looking around like, is this guy my weight, is this guy, who am I fighting, type thing. And anyway, I just see a kid across the other side of the room, but he was like 6 foot, he must have been like 6'1" or something. I was like, yeah, I won't be. I was like, I won't
can't
be
him.
It was like, some kid like banging away at the pads, like 6 foot something. I was like, no, I won't be fighting him. Anyway, I walk down the stairs, and then you look across at who walks out, and it was that dude.
Oh, fuck,
I went to walk into the ring, and then like my foot got caught on the ropes as I went in. I was like,
you knew it's gonna be a bad day.
I was like, this isn't gonna be fun. Anyway, I think I just like threw everything I could in the first and second, tried to keep him off me, and then in the third round, I was just taking shots up against the rope with my head going back, and then the corner just threw the towel in.
Is it?
And then from then it was kind of like, because there was a lot of people at that kind of stage being with the kind of view, maybe you shouldn't have, gone into boxing, maybe, stick with football or whatever. So at that point, that was,
after your second fight back?
Yeah.
Fucking skeptics, man.
Yeah.
Fuck all that.
But, throughout the journey, there's kind of like them moments where it's like you either go that way or that way, do you know what I mean? And that was one of them where it was like, no, I'm gonna stick at this and get better. And there's plenty more of them along the way, but there's always them defining moments where, you face a bit of adversity, and then it's, do you push on, or, do you let it get the better of you and fall off? So, that's,
and what'd you do?
I say, well, I'm here now,
exactly.
10-0, so
there you go, baby.
That's the direction I took.
So I see you, and you know what, right? So what's the Box Cup? What is it?
The Harrogate Box Cup. So it's like it's a tournament where, kind of, I think it's like, might be like 50 different countries. It's like national or international competition where people travel to. They'll stay for the weekend and fight. It's like 3 days of fights. So you'll get given like a group. There'll be like a group A, group B, or whatever. So because there's so many people, and then I think there's like 500 applicants the year that I most of the years that I've done it. And so you got fighters from all around the world entering, and then you'll fight off. They'll do the matchups or whatever, and then you'll fight off. If you get through, you fight the next day. Get through, fight the next day.
Is there multiple rings in this room as well?
So there's 4 ring. I think there's four, maybe more rings. Yeah, at least 4 rings spaced out at Alexandra Palace.
Yeah.
And yes, it's kind of like, it's just a 3-day intensive of fighting.
When you won 2 of these though, innit?
Well, I won one, and then the other one. Well, I won the under 20 bout one. I won. I fought first day, won, and then I had some crazy, like, I went back because we were basically going back to Brighton most of these time. This time we went back to Brighton, and then in the morning you come back up for weigh-in, so you have to weigh in each day, so you can't put too much fuel back in because you have to weigh in again the next day. So it's kind of like,
oh shit, so you have to fucking stay like dehydrated and that.
Well, you have to kind of balance it. You have to be like, I can have a bit, I can't eat too much.
So how'd you get your energy then?
Yeah, it's a weird competition. I enjoyed it at the time, but it's intense in that you have to measure everything, and then we was going back, and then obviously come back in the morning. The first time I won it, I was having some crazy like stomach cramps, like in the evening when I got back, ended up sleeping it off, and then came back and won that day, and then the following day won the final. So they're kind of intense camps which develop you know your mental more than anything, because you just have to stay kind of like on it for 3 days.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Consecutively.
You don't have to do that any other time, do you?
Yeah, but well, if you have more amateur experience and you box internationally, then you know you probably do when you go to things like the Olympics, you know. And,
oh shit!
and you
Yeah,
have
of
to
course.
do,
Actually,
I didn't experience any of that, but you know, that
can you still go? You have to be amateur, don't you?
Yeah, it's amateur. Yeah. But you know, but I'm in the gym with you know a few Olympians as well, so I'm just trying to soak up their you know experience as well. So
box cups, yeah. There's a semi-final, bruv, and you're fighting a guy called Bobby.
Yeah.
He's got a fresh trim in that.
Yeah.
Got that flat top fade. Yeah, it's sick.
It looks weird looking back at that trim now.
Can you not grow that no more? So why don't you bust that? It's hard.
I don't know. It don't suit me no more. Like when you look back and you're like, why did I have that trim?
I thought it looked fresh. I thought it looked sick, bro. Who was responsible for that trim as well?
What do you mean?
Who cut it, bro? Like what barber did you go to in Brighton?
Yeah, so one of my good friends who's moved to Australia, Luke Greenfield. Have you heard of him?
No, man. Maybe. Don't know.
Yeah, so just kind of like, you know, my year above me. But he worked in Master Wheelers at the time, and
shit, bro! Master Wheelers, shout out Master Wheelers. Yeah. I used to get trims there, bro.
Yeah.
What, by the level?
Yeah.
No.
So he worked there for a bit and done like. He used to just trim me up fresh all the time, bro.
Yeah, nice, cuz. He's done a nice job there, cuz.
He's doing his stuff out in Australia right now. So.
Big him up, mate. Big him up. All right, so what do you reckon is... how would you describe like the transition from amateur to the professional game, bro? What's different? What's the main like differences?
There's a lot of differences in the way you have to kind of train. It's more realistic in the professional ranks, you know.
It's a lot more serious.
Yeah, you know, someone's looking to, you know, hurt you and punish you in the professional ranks, and you have to apply that mindset in return, you know. Whereas the amateurs is more about, you know, picking your points and then, you know, moving off. The pros is about scoring and moving as well. It's always about hitting and not getting hit, but there's just a different intensity to the professional ranks, and it takes more time to develop and adjust to that, I think.
So when did you move from Brighton and Hove Gym to Adam Booth's gym in Redhill?
Just before my second professional fight. I was I'd been doing a lot of sparring up at Adam's gym previously, and it kind of just went through one of my other managers at the time, and he was just like, I had a missed call, and I was in some like breakfast spot at the time. Come outside, call him back, and he said, Adam wants you in the gym tomorrow. You're fighting in 2 weeks, type thing. So you know, from there.
So what sort of call is that going? Go on, sip your water, bro. Sip that, brother.
I'm waiting for that sip.
So what sort of call is that? So what? Why? So what is he, like a scout?
At the time,
are you on his like roster or something now?
No, just you know, a guy that I was working with. You know, a guy that was helping me kind of like establish because at the time when you turn professional, then you have to, you know, you need trainer, manager. There's different roles that you need.
Cool.
So just someone that was helping me and kind of get these things in place. So you know, I wanted to train in Adam's gym ever since I was kind of sparring up there, because I see it was a perfect environment for me.
Yeah, so the level that was in there,
the
level people were working at in there.
Exactly, all the boys in there. I could see that, you know, if I applied myself in there, I would soak up their experience, you know, and learn quicker. It was kind of one of them things where, you know, I was just kind of waiting for it to happen, and then obviously I got that call, and I was in there the next day, and I've been up there 3-4 years now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So what? When you said you're fighting in 2 weeks, was that your first pro bout?
So that was my second pro bout.
Okay.
Yeah, because I had one in Brighton.
Okay.
Just to kind of get off the flat, if you like, you know. Because once you turn pro, there's all the kind of like the paperwork, the medicals you have to do, and then it's like, okay, so when am I fighting? So that show in Brighton came up like soon after I turned pro, and then I was like, yeah, I want to fight now. I want to get off the mark.
Yes.
So I had that one in Brighton, and then this was then after that one. Yeah.
In that gym, in Adam Booth's gym, you're training with Josh Kelly. He's in there. He's a good fighter, man.
Very good. Yeah.
He's very evasive, isn't it? Yeah. Very hard to hit. He looks
tricky,
like
tricky customer.
He's heavier than you, isn't it?
Yeah, he's one weight above. Yeah.
Okay. And who else is in there?
Mick Conlon. So he's Irish Olympian. You know, would have won the Olympics if not for like a robbery decision, which
peak, man, peak for boxers.
It's
political.
Sometimes it's political, and the Olympics can be very political. And his one was especially, but he fought the same guy in the pros. I think it was 2 fights ago, and beat him. You know, so he got the redemption that was deserved. But yeah, there's great talent in the gym, and you know, them two especially, you know, I just kind of try and soak up their experience. Do
you spar with them? Do you spar them even though they're heavier than you?
Yeah, well, Mike's lighter. Mike's a few weights below, and Josh is one weight above. But we all get
surely
together.
At some point you must all be around a similar weight, and anyway, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's always that weight difference because, you know, when you're not fighting, someone else is much heavier or much lighter.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, or when they are fighting, they're much lighter. But you don't have to go, you know, all out. But you learn through movement and like condition, working on certain skills, and just watching them and trying to mirror them. So yeah, you can learn a lot, and you know, we all get in there together and chop it up.
Can you take me through a bit of your training regime then? Because you see these films and that, and they're like, right, so boxers, they wake up like fucking 4:30 in the morning, they got like 10-mile run, then they start training. Like, is that what you do?
It can be like that sometimes, but it's, you know, it's more about consistency. You can do that, you know, you can do the 5 a.m. wake up, but it's like, how consistent are you going to be with that? Yeah, because it's not going to be every day. You're not going to do that 6 days a week or 7 days a week, you know. So, you know, for me, it's about consistency, and I train 5-6 days a week. Always boxing, you know, boxing specific training to develop my skills mostly. And then when I've got a fight date coming up, that's when you add in the, you know, the cardio and the fitness aspect. But all year round, I'll be in the gym, you know, trying to develop my skills. A lot of people will have camps, so they'll do like an 8-week camp or a 12-week camp. But you know, like I said, because I'm on a fast track, I need to develop more so because I didn't have the experience. You know,
on a fast
so
track.
Early. Yeah,
is that actual thing? Because I see you and Seb talking about it. I saw Seb talking about it the other day.
Yeah.
He said he wanted to fast track.
Oh, okay.
It was when he was in swimming in the sea.
Yeah.
Is that the video I'm on about?
I'm not sure.
In Brighton Beach, you and him on the beach.
Oh, okay.
And Seb's on about getting fast track.
Okay. So when I say fast track, what I mean is I need to spend more time, you know, developing my skills to develop quicker.
Okay.
So to develop quicker, I need to spend more time on the craft than someone else would that's been doing it from 6.
Okay, but a fast track is a different thing as well.
Yeah, it can be a different thing. Yeah, so I'm not looking, you know, for that. I'm in terms of my fight, I'm building, you know, from the bottom.
I know what you mean.
I've been building from the bottom. So in terms of fast track, I'm just talking about I need to get my skills, you know, to a higher level as quickly as possible. Yeah, and that's what I'm looking to do.
So part of all your training regime, so is obviously a massive part of it, bro. It's diet, yeah. And I've heard you're a strict vegan.
Yeah, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But also, you, man, I know that Seb's mad into it, yeah. It's all these secret remedies. Chaga.
The almonds.
Yeah. All this madness, bro. What, have you got some secrets for me, bro?
Bro, I've got many.
What do you swear by? What can you tell me that you swear by?
Just plant, whole grain, whole food, you know.
Yeah.
Without modifying it, without stripping it of, you know, its natural ingredients, you know. Like, you know, for example, like you got white rice, but white rice is just stripped of everything, you know, same as white pasta, you know. So I'd go for the full, more original grains, you know, of each type. So yeah, there's loads of stuff, but mostly, you know, the keys are the food as close to its natural, you know, how it's naturally grown. You know, if you consume it as close to nature as it is, then you're going to get the most health benefits out of it. But
what about, I'm on about secret shit, bro. Like, I'm talking about this chaga, these mad mushrooms.
Chaga mushrooms. Yeah, so chaga mushrooms. Yeah, so they're like you brew them into a tea, and it's like they're highly detoxing, you know.
Do you feel the difference?
Yeah. But mainly, there's other things as well, like, you know, distilled, purified water. Like water, a lot of the times we think it's the same because it looks the same, but there's so many different types of water, like you don't even realize. So I would probably say water, you know, alone is one of the biggest.
What the difference that different water can make?
Yeah, so you've got, you know, pure water, and then you've got things like mineral water, but the minerals in mineral water aren't minerals you can consume by the body because they're hard minerals.
Yeah.
Your body can only take in soft minerals, which are from like plant liquid form, from like plants. Whereas mineral water, if you think of minerals in the ground, they're hard minerals.
It's like the dry residue you get if you boil it all off. You've got all the little dust at the bottom.
Exactly, and that dust stays in your body because your body can't
fucks
break
your
it
pineal
down.
gland up, innit? None of that, but
that's the fluoride. So
what is it, calcium?
No, fluoride.
Oh, is it?
Fluoride, yeah.
Okay,
but it calcifies. It calcifies. It hardens it.
That's what I was on about.
Yeah. But yeah, water. You know, water is a big thing, and then other than that, just eating as close to nature as you can, and you know, and also being as close to nature as you can, like even swimming. You know, the difference between swimming in a swimming pool with chlorine in it and swimming in the sea, you know, is a major difference.
Yeah,
and walking on pebbles and
barefoot thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I fully hear that, bro. I can't write bars in my shoes anymore. I have to take my shoes off. I can't have rubber soles. I can't have rubber soles. Trust me.
It, bro.
Makes a difference. I mentioned Paddy the other day, going, bro, trust me. Have you tried writing bars with your shoes off, bro?
Different creativity.
Way back. He goes, bro, fuck that. I never write bars with my shoes on, bro.
Love it.
Yeah, man. Okay, cool. So fucking, your last fight was with Martin McDonough. Yeah. And you fought him in the amateurs.
Yeah, fought him twice in the amateurs.
And what was the results of that?
So the first one, he beat me, clean cut. Second,
tough fight then, obviously.
Yeah, just
didn't expect it, or
no. It was just
experience thing.
Experience. You got to jump in with the best to gain that experience, you know. And it's, you know, showing now that, you know, I've been doing that. And second time I fought him was actually in the Haringey Box Cup, and he won that one on a split decision, which is where, so a split's like, you know, two judges fought and one fought the other way. So so yeah, I had them two fights with him, and then obviously just fought him recently again. So
all right. And I see the face off. Well, it's not a face. Is it a face off? It's like where you were at a table and there's a host, and the host is talking, and you're giving it to him before he's even stopped talking. You're getting hunted.
Well, the thing is that I think it was kind of one of them things where everyone on that card, there was some kind of like not tension, but there was some kind of like previous between them, whether it's if they're from the same area, and it was kind of a battle of, you know, the postcode, or like previous history, you know, like me and Martin had. So they kind of picked to do the table thing, you know, because of that. It's not like a standard thing that they do every time.
Yeah.
If it works to kind of get a bit of attention to the fight,
build a bit of hype.
Exactly. And it was good because, you know, it's the first time I've really kind of seen him talk, you know, like that. So
his body language was like this. He had all his arms crossed. He didn't really want it, bro.
Yeah.
You must have got into his head because you sat there like, right, you're gonna get it, bro.
I was just calm and confident, I think.
Yeah.
And
And you were saying that in the amateurs he was what, sticking and running. What did you say? He was running.
Yeah, he was kind of like not necessarily running, but like it's hit and move. So it was kind of like hit
just in and then
nick
out,
points,
out.
and that's what amateurs is a lot about, nicking them points.
Yeah.
Rather than in the pros, it's more about settling down and trying to hit with some force.
Yeah. So then in the pros, bruv, you said man are trying to hurt each other and that.
Yeah, it's more about, you know.
And I heard Paddy told me this actually, bruv. Shout out Paddy, bang bang. Paddy told me you broke his jaw in the 4th round.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. Is that what you done?
Yeah.
Did you do that? You're deep, bruv. Should have a little watch. Let's have it. Look. Round 4.
I think it was the left hook.
There's a shot where you.
I'll show you. I think so far. Oh, both getting through. A bit of tit for tat through this first minute.
It's nice there from McDonald, lovely there. Little left hand, little spin round there to his right.
He's so keen to get in range to let that right hand go, isn't he, Eubank? I think it's as Paddy says, you've always got to earn your stripes, haven't you, to get there.
It's just harder because he can't land with the jabs. It's hard to judge his distance where he lets his hands go. But again, he sort of did in the first one, got really low, and then that allows you to get that front foot closer. Then you can let that big bomb go of a right hand. But it's McDonald, the little juddery movements McDonald makes just makes it hard for maybe to set yourself. But I think he's boxing quite well here, McDonald. He's under a bit of pressure, but he's staying nice and composed. Even here, good left hand there from Eubank.
Yeah, I think some of the sort of big eye-catching shots have definitely come from Eubank, and maybe a bit more power on them as well. But McDonald's kept his boxing, he's counter-punched.
Why are you both in the same shorts, bro?
Yeah, do you know what? You meant to bring a spare pair, and I didn't have a spare, and he turned up with the same colour shorts, so we actually got a little fine, you know, by the boxing border control for that.
It's like you come out of the same team. You come out like, what are you wearing, bro? For fuck's sake, bro. What are you wearing?
So annoying when you see that.
Oh, this
So
one,
that-
look,
I
bam.
think that
Oh,
was a shot.
if that landed, because that was like
Yeah.
behind his head.
Yeah,
If that one, that would have been lights out, I reckon.
but he's got to give him, you know, the respect. He's got a chin on him.
Yeah, he's definitely got a chin on him, bro. He
And
fought the rest.
he's never been stopped, you know, amateur or pro. He's never been stopped, or never been
Well,
down on the
now he
canvas,
has, bro.
you know. So that's it. So I knew he could take him. It was a case of just getting close enough to.
So is that it?
Let
So
mine
is
go.
that the one there that done it?
I think it was that one. Yeah, I think it was the hook.
Oof. Were you going for the stoppage? Did you want to stop him the whole time?
Yeah, I think I felt I was going to. It was a case of just getting. It was a case of getting in the right position to do it.
Yeah.
When someone's always going away, it's hard to set your feet to throw your power shots. When someone's coming towards you, that's when you can sit down and explode. When someone's going away, you always have to move your feet to get in, so it's hard to plant to throw a big shot. So it was more a case of I was just waiting to get in the right position to throw. I knew once I let him go that that they would they would be damaging shots. So
yeah, well, nice one, bro. All right, so don't know, mate. Yeah, okay. So broke his jaw in the fourth. Fucking nearly ended the fight in the fourth round.
Yeah.
Fucking fair play to the geezer. He's fought all the way to the 8th round.
That's it, bro.
What happened in the 8th round?
And then in the 8th round, I think it was maybe 40 seconds before the end of the round.
He got stopped, didn't he?
Yeah, I catch him with a few clean shots, and that ended the fight in the 8th.
How you feeling at this point? You blowing?
No, I feel fresh as anything at this point.
No, you don't.
I feel I promise you. The thing is, I'd never done 8 rounds before, so.
Nah. What? You never fought that long?
I'd only ever done 6 rounds before this. So, in my head, when I almost got to him in round 4, I was thinking, I know he can take a shot. That I'm not gonna rush. I don't need to rush my work. I've still got another 4 rounds ahead of me that I haven't done before. I haven't done them extra 2. I don't know how they feel on the end of this. So I was just thinking, let me just keep my energy, keep fresh, and keep tidy. And then it got to the 8th. I remember seeing the corner, coach was like, last round. So I got up and I just felt fresh, bro. I was like, this is the 8th. I was like, I'm gonna let my hands go.
Yeah, straight up.
I felt better in the 8th than I did any other round in the fight.
No way.
Yeah. I promise you.
How was he looking? Did he look like he was having a bad day?
I could just feel him zapping of energy.
Yeah.
With every kind of shot. And again, I was just kind of waiting to the right position to set my feet.
Did his chin look weird where his fucking jaw's broken?
I didn't. Obviously, I didn't know till after. So.
Did he?
No, I think his team must have posted it a few days after. But
okay.
Yeah, you would have got checked out and then realised you wouldn't necessarily, you might not know straight away.
From there, really, but that's been the punch of the night.
Great credit to McDonough. He really has had to tough this out down the stretch. Things were getting particularly difficult, tough, really deep water he was swimming in from round 4 onwards. And he's copped a few heavy shots down the stretch too. There's another one.
There it is.
Oh, he don't want it no more, is that?
Yeah, so I mean, at that point, when you think, when you're looking at it from the point that he's got a broken jaw there, you're thinking, how's he, how's he gone that long, with, because punches were landing on as well, were landing throughout after that point, so you got to give him the credit for taking them. That must have been a painful 4 rounds after that.
Yeah, bro, it must have been a long old fucking 4 rounds for him, bro. Yeah. Oh shit, no, I don't want it. Oh, lovely, well done, mate. That's a good bit of work, that, man.
Yeah, quality, man. Where did you watch the fight?
Huh?
Where did you watch it?
I was on a plane, bro.
Okay.
I was going Beefer. I think Frank and that watched it in my yard in Beefer.
Yeah. Oh,
man.
did they? Yeah.
I was in the air. We was on the plane, man.
Sick.
Yeah, cause what? So your next fight is 2nd December.
Yeah, 2nd
You're
December.
fighting the guy that he fought.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Daniel Egbenuke. Yeah.
And what do you reckon? Tougher opponent?
Yeah, tougher. Yeah, unbeaten. Solid.
Yeah.
Solid, strong, and compact.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think I'll get a good chance to display, more other skills that I haven't displayed in that last fight. I think this one will be a good one stylistically to display some new stuff.
Yeah, nice. Well, you working on a game plan currently? You know it already, or
not a game plan? Just strengthening my skills. Like I said, I mean, after that fight, I was straight back in the gym. The fight was on Wednesday. I was back in the gym on Monday. So just.
What did you do? What did you do after the fight?
You can never. To be honest, the fight was in Wakefield, which is up north, and we literally just wanted to get back, so we didn't have to wake up in the morning and do a long drive. So just got some food, stuck some tunes on, and drove back. And obviously, you know,
who's in your team? Who was with you up there?
I was driving back with.
Did you drive?
No. My coach drove my car.
Okay.
So Charlie beat. Adam Booth came up as well. I then drove back with Charlie, yeah, we just kind of like had a good drive back with tunes on, obviously buzzing after the fight. And after any fights, you know, it's kind of like you can't sleep. The energy's so high, your adrenaline's all the way up, and yeah, you can't sleep. So it's just a case of I think I was just trying to reply to everyone's messages.
Oh shit, bro! It must be long every time. Every time you in, it's just like clearing out your messages, bro.
I was trying to clear out the message. I was trying to get back to, you know, as many people as I could, and then obviously I was seeing like video uploads and stuff like that. So yeah, it was just pure hype, bro. To be honest, after fights, your adrenaline's
of course, as it should be,
place,
bro.
yeah.
As it should be. Fucking do you not beat before fights? How long can you not beat for?
Well, I mean, some people don't do that, but I think it is a thing, you know. You need all your strength. So be like, you know, I think some people do like 3 weeks, and then for bigger fights, they can do up to like 6 weeks.
Is it? Yeah.
So I think it varies with the, you know, importance of the fight, I think, and the, you know, the level of the fight. But then again, some fighters don't even take it.
I reckon AJ should stop beating now. I reckon. Trust me, he needs to stop beating now, bro. You know what I'm saying? Fucking yeah. Yeah. All right. So he told me you were a football player, which is mad. Yeah. Is there any other things that you do outside of the sport that you just enjoy, or stuff that you do to unwind, to just like, you know, when you just want to do something that's just not work, innit?
Yeah.
It's like going to the cinema.
Yeah. Films. I love movies. Like, you know, that's just a given.
You don't,
you know,
party, I take it. Don't party too much. You can't really.
You can't. It doesn't go with the lifestyle, you know. And if you do, then it will show out, you know.
Yeah, straight.
At you know, when you reach the level where the other fighter isn't, you know. So yeah, just, you know, movies, you know, relaxed stuff.
Have you been to see Seb in Dubai?
I went over there with him when he first went out. Not when he first went out, but when he kind of moved out there. I went out in 2015 because I'm getting all the, you know, the 5-year reminders now that I was out there then.
Yeah.
So we went out there for 6 weeks then, and we kind of got out there, spent 2 weeks in Abu Dhabi, and then we got in touch with a gym and was like, if you cover our accommodation, we'll teach your boxing classes, you know. So we done like a.
You man said that to them.
Well, it's Seb. Like that's Seb's thing. Like Seb, you know, he's good at you know, networking. That's one of his, you know, that's one of his top skills as well. So he was kind of like, we got into this gym and then was kind of like speaking to them. They needed help with their like boosting their combat classes, and so we got involved with the boxing side of it for them, and so yeah, we ended up staying out there for 6 weeks, just training, used it as like a training camp, and then obviously I came back and he pretty much, you know, stayed out there and based himself there since then, and then comes back here for holidays.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. What do you reckon about Dubai, man? I'm not too sure about it, bro.
I like it in the sense of heat and
yeah, it's nice. The sun's out.
Yeah,
it's nice.
Heat and just the change up. But in terms of it's not, you know, culture. If you want to go somewhere for culture and
nah,
stuff like
bro,
that,
it's not for culture, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, it's nice for a quick getaway or a training camp where you're going to be in the same place anyway, going to the gym, going back and forth.
Yeah.
But as you know,
it's nice for a holiday. Like, you can have a little holiday out there.
Yeah. But I couldn't personally, I couldn't live there.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to bring any kids up there or nothing like that, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Because
there's other places higher up on the list.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a bit artificial, isn't it? But big up Dubai. All due respect to Dubai. You got a nice city there, guys.
Yeah.
Right. So obviously you can't fight for your whole life, innit?
Yeah.
You like,
it's a short career. It's you know, you're probably gonna have 10 years. You know, 10 to 15 years. You know, max. I'm 26 now, so you know, probably you wouldn't fight necessarily beyond 33, really.
I heard your fighting prime's about 30, 31.
Yeah, I think 28 to 31 is your prime.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just trying to develop my skills, you know, so 3 years time, then I'll be, you know, at my peak and ready to go through the levels.
And you're aiming the highest you could possibly aim, yeah?
For sure, bro. Yeah,
okay, I like that. You got to, innit?
That's
What's
it,
the
man.
point in not, innit?
That's when I started, you know, when I started boxing, it was because I looked at them guys, you know, at the top, and if I didn't think there was a possibility of getting there, you know, then I wouldn't have started. So that's the process, you know, to develop as much as I can in the craft, and aim for those heights.
Good shit, bruv. And what do you see after that then? Because if you can only box till you're 33, you've got a long time to live after
that's
that,
it, bro. That's it. I don't know, enjoying myself, and going into different fields. There's a lot of different fields I'm interested in terms of like the health, fitness and nutrition, you know, as a whole. I would, you know, whether I was in boxing or not, I would be in them fields, you know, because, you know, health inspires me, and obviously fitness, exercise and nutrition are massive parts of that. So yeah, I'd probably go into similar field, whether it be it, you know, opening up certain gyms, or
if you've got a platform and you can educate people on health and fitness and rah, then that'd be sick.
That's it.
Give a bit back, babe. You know what I mean, mate?
That's it, exactly. You know, and help people on their way up, you know, that don't have the information.
Yeah, I'm gonna come down to Brighton and I'm gonna come see Frank soon. I said to him I want to do Sunday morning session.
Got to, bro.
Yeah?
Let's do it.
Bro, I'm gassed.
Yeah.
All right.
Quality.
Look, that's episode 3. I think that's wrapped up, man. Yeah. Big up Harlem Eubank for coming through. Thank you, brother.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Big up yourself, cuz. Bang, done.
I ain't fooling. Don't wanna get old and you don't cool in. That's not. Even when I'm older, if I'm still here, I wanna make. Let's get closer.